Oftentimes when you receive a load of wood chip mulch, you're going to find different pockets of material located within the pile. Right here's a good example where they chipped up the entire tree. So we've got pine needles in here, pieces of bark, wood chip from the different limbs and such. And this stuff right here is excellent for mulching around your established trees and more mature plants. I also like to use it to build up my hugelkultur mounds at the end of the year. As you can see here, I'm getting ready to spread these piles over these mounds. There's still a lot of growth happening, so I'm not quite there yet. But what will end up happening is this finer particulate will break down quickly throughout the winter. What you'll be left with is the larger chunks of wood chips towards the surface, creating a skin layer. And over here we got a pile that came from that same drop-off. And as you can see, this is primarily just wood chips. There's hardly any other plant material in here. Now this stuff is great for rebuilding your pathways, keeps it nice and neat and dry throughout the winter. Or if you want to inoculate an area with some mushroom spawn or reinvigorate a previous mushroom patch, this stuff is great for that. So as I continue to walk around this food forest design, you can see there's several different mulch mounds built up strategically in the areas where I'm going to need it. Over here you can see I've got a little compost station I built out of cinder blocks. And this mound of material I'm probably going to let compost down for several months, and I'll use this around some of the plants I get going in the spring. Once they get about 6 to 8 inches tall, I'll then mulch around it with this material. So early on with this design, the whole objective was to cover the entire landscape with mulch, which I accomplished. And now at this point, approaching year 7, what I'm really doing is just rebuilding certain areas, recovering pathways. And like over here where we got the loquat tree, I had some wine cap mushrooms growing. I put some of the larger wood chips in that same area. I'm going to disturb the mycelium a little bit, try and get it reinvigorated and going again, and we'll see how that works out. You can see over in this area, I dropped a few wheelbarrow loads of the mulch where this eggplant patch is about to expire, and I'm just going to literally cover these plants up with this mulch material. I'm not even going to pull it up and disturb the soil food web in any way. Over in this area, I had some unwanted weeds starting to get out of control, things like morning glory. So what I did is I laid down some cardboard and topped that with the mulch. So this sheet mulch technique is really going to smother out those weeds and turn this into a premium garden bed come next spring. So here we are, it's the end of November, and I'm already doing quite a bit of prep work for next year's growing season. I just want to remind you guys, it's never too early to get a jump start on the season. So whether you're bringing in your mulch materials, you're mapping out a new garden plot, you're deciding what bare root fruit trees you want to bring into your garden, all these things, the earlier you get going on it, the better, the more success you're going to have. The kumquats are absolutely delicious at this time. These are loaded with vitamin C just in time for the winter cold and flu season, and you can eat the peel of this fruit. Delicious.